5, Lesson 10, Rip Van Winkle from NCERT textbook Marigold for grade 5. Hello dear students, welcome back. Our today's topic is an interesting story whose title is Rip Van Winkle, and this is written by Washington Irving. This story is about Rip Van Winkle, a good-natured but lazy man who goes away into the hills and falls asleep. When he awakens 20 years later, Rip finds that quite a few things have changed. So let's read this story and find out more about Rip Van Winkle. Many years ago, at the foothills of the Catskill Mountains was a little village. In the village lived a simple, good-natured fellow named Rip Van Winkle. He was a kind neighbor, ready to help anyone. Everyone in the village liked him. The children of the village shouted with joy whenever they saw him because he played with them. He taught them to fly kites and shoot marbles and told them long stories. So, dear children, Rip Van Winkle was a very kind man and everyone in the village liked him because he was very helping by nature. And he was also liked by the children as he played with them and he taught them how to fly kites and shoot marbles. Dear children, you already know about these two games, flying kites and shooting marbles, as we came across with these two games in the chapter My Elder Brother. Let's continue ahead. The only problem with Rip was that he was very lazy. He did no work on his own farm and just idled away his time. His fences were falling to pieces. His cow was going astray. Weeds grew on his farm. Dear children, although Rip Van Winkle was a very kind man and good-natured man too, but there was a little problem with him, that he was very lazy. He never worked on his farm. That's why his all fences started falling into pieces. And he never paid attention towards his cow. That's why she started moving here and there. All his farm got destroyed. Rip's constant companion was his dog, named Wolf. To avoid work, he would walk away into the forest with his dog. One day, Rip just walked on and on, reached the highest part of the mountains. It was late in the afternoon when he reached there. Tired after his long climb, he lay down and began daydreaming. It was soon evening, and he realized it would be night by the time he reached his village. That's why he got up to move to his village. Suddenly, He heard a voice calling out, "Rip Van Winkle." He looked around and saw a short old man with thick hair and grizzled beard walking towards him with a barrel. He made signs to help him carry the barrel. Rip hurried to help the stranger, who caught his hand tightly. Together, they reached a place where there were some more odd looking men playing ninepins. They were all dressed the same way, and all of them had beards of various shapes and colors. Even though they were playing a game, their faces were serious and there was a silence. So, in this way, Rip Van Winkle reached an odd place where he found lots of odd people who were short in height and they have various colored beards. Not only this, whenever someone plays a game, they were filled in excitement, but they all were very serious while playing a game. The only sound was the noise of the balls, which echoed in the mountains like thunder. As Rip and his companion reached them, they stopped playing and stared at Rip with a fixed gaze. Rip was really frightened. Next, his companion emptied the barrel into glasses and made Rip drink it. Rip obeyed as he was trembling with fear. Since he was thirsty, he drank a few more glasses and slowly fell into deep sleep. Then, after, Rip slept for a very long time. On waking up, he found that he was at the place where he had first met the old man. He rubbed his eyes. It was a bright sunny morning. "Surely I have not slept here all night," thought Rip. After waking up from sleep, he got very much confused. He looked around for Wolf, but he was nowhere. Rip whistled for him. "Wolf, Wolf." He then shouted. No dog was to be seen. "Where has this dog gone?" he muttered to himself. He began to descend the mountain to go back to his village. In a confusing state, Rip moved to his village. As he neared the village, he met a number of people, but he didn't know any of them. The villagers also stared at him, equally surprised. "Who is this man?" said one. "I have never seen him before," said another. "Look at his long white beard and his wrinkled face." On hearing this, Rip stroked his chin, and to his astonishment, he found his beard had grown a foot long, and it was all white. Due to his changed look, nobody recognized him. Not only this, after listening to them, Rip also got surprised. That's why he stroked his chin. An old woman walked up to him and looked at his face for a moment. Then she exclaimed, "It is Rip Van Winkle! Welcome home again, old neighbor. Where have you been these 20 long years?" So, dear children, this was the story about Rip Van Winkle. I hope you have enjoyed the story.